All that I give is given to myself. We're coming back around to that giving and receiving are the same thing concept, and you'll see that this is all part of the cycle, that 2-step forward, 1-step back kind of a deal that happens, and it's a beautiful thing because it helps our minds as we get overwhelmed. If it was just going forward the whole time, it would get overwhelming, and it's overwhelming enough, and it's going backwards, and it's circular in that sense. So as what we're referring to and getting to understanding about, say, what is giving and receiving being the same one thing, is of course again not about objects. Objects can be done as in a sense of metaphorically or visually to comprehend what it is. As I mentioned once before, this, you're holding an object. So okay, I got this pencil. This is giving, this is receiving. It's the same thing. So there's really no exchange to one. So what is one will always be one, and one receives one from oneself. So this is kind of the whole idea where it revolves around the sense of what this is about. Now, we want to recognize that what you're actually giving and what you can be giving is what this is actually emphasizing, forgiveness. Now, of course, if you don't comprehend and understand forgiveness, which is entirely likely, the idea of forgiveness is usually seen as a pardon, as it's described with the ideas that it talks about in the opposite of what this is all about. That you think you can just pardon someone's sins, you can just, it's a gift. Oh, yes, you're such a bad, evil person, you've done this, and now you're lower than me, I'm higher than you, I'm better, I'm greater, and out of the compassion of my heart, out of the because I'm so amazing, I'm so wonderful, I can forgive you. And it is a complete distortion, misunderstanding of what forgiveness is about, because the whole idea of going with this idea of giving and receiving being the same thing is in entirely 100% equality. That's what, when you get to perfect equality, you are literally a singularity. There's nothing else. There's only one. Perfect equality must be in that sense, in that way. It's not just accepting of everybody's differences and having diversity. Yes, sociologically, yes, of course, having equality is a beautiful thing, accepting people's differences and what they're into, and that's okay. You be you, me be me, we're going to be each other together, that's great. Completely acceptable, but this, of course, is going further than that. This is going deeper than that. This is going to the extent of actually where your forgiveness and what you are learning from forgiveness, as you're applying it, you are getting deeper and deeper into literally experiencing that singularity. So you're applying it and adding it in that sense. Now, of course, let's not go so deep in insisting understanding right away, but in the fact of just recognizing that when you are forgiving someone else, you are also relieving yourself of these chains. You are accepting them in that sense as your equal, and you are therefore being and finding equality, finding, say, that same acceptance and love. So this is an actual experience. This is not just something that you do because you're so awesome or anything. Forgiveness is an actual experience of the sensations and the release and the movement and the change that occurs from it. So you may have experienced something like forgiveness through the pardon of someone's sin, like completely letting it go. And it's often referred to as a weight lifted off of your shoulders. It's often referred to such things like that. Like I felt so much lighter after. Now this is just the beginning of what that, say, experience is when doing the process of forgiveness. It literally, you are being held down and confined and chained, literally. Yeah, I'm saying literally, not literal physical chains, but you're literally heavier. It's called the weight of death. You're literally heavier. You're confined to a body because you have resentments and grievances. That's what makes the physical world. The physical world is these ideas of definitions and resentments and grievances which derive from them. So every time you're unforgiving, yes, you are more physical, and you're going to feel the gravitational pull even stronger. You're going to feel death and pain, suffering, even more so every single day. And so yes, it's a major release to let go of death. It's a major release to no longer, yes, if you're no longer a weight, no longer a body, you think you feel lighter just from forgiving someone's pardon of their sins? Come on. You're completely so light you can just float, literally fly away. Because what you actually are, knowing yourself, completely forgiven the ideas of physicality, you know yourself as a spirit. You see? So that experience of being lighter is actually relieving yourself of physicality. It's not dying. It's ascending. So you're actually relieving yourself of the physical confinement. So yes, I feel so much lighter. I can contest it's an actual true experience. Absolutely. Now, of course, you probably get heavier again the next day as you find something else to be upset about, but that's another story. So it's a pretty interesting thing that you, in your forgiveness, you, yes, are receiving it yourself. You're giving it to yourself, but in the same right, same respect, the other person is receiving it as well. In fact, the whole world is receiving it. Mentioned in the last lesson about salvation, how can it rely on anybody else? Literally, when you relieve the ideas of physicality and all resentments and grievances, the entire world, all of you peoples, everybody is ascended. Everybody is awakened. Everybody is into the sense of the true self. It literally is waiting on you. That's it. Literally, we are waiting on you. That's it. No one else. Literally, no one that's have died on a cross or anything. No one that's done anything else but you. All of these are just examples trying to inspire and motivate you to do it. So yes, you're being taught what to do by people that seem to represent coming before you so that you can do it. So yes, everybody is going to benefit and receive what you do for yourself, your forgiveness, that you do with others or about others for yourself. Which is for everybody. You see? Huh? Getting it? Whoa. So it seems like a lot of information, a lot of ideas going around, but really it's all just revolving on understanding and applying the same one idea of unity. And so once you actually think in the way in correspondence with unity, then you can actually experience unity. If you don't think in the way of unity, you're thinking in the way of separation. And then you experience separation. And that's what these definitions and ideas and resentments and grievances that make everything possible to be physical. So that's why forgiveness is the only way to actually experience unity. Forgiveness is letting go of resentments and grievances which just derive from definitions of separation. So that you're letting go of definitions of separation. You're literally letting go of separation, physicality. So you're going to unity. Then when you literally, and even as I have, the experience of having absolutely no more ideas of separation, you go into the sense of complete, full envelopment into unity and feeling lighter than just a weightlifter. I mean, literally, the lightest thing you have absolutely no weight. You might even be in the negative of weight. Yeah, who knows? No measurement involved.